Have you ever wanted to travel the world from the comfort of your home? Well, now you can, thanks to the brand new Airport Code series of A4Airport, and all that while displaying your aircraft models in style. Hello and welcome to a certainly a little bit different review here today, where we will take a closer look at the brand new A4Airport Airport Codes series. The Airport Codes series comes in, for the moment, 3 different scales: scale 200, scale 400 and scale 500. They have already released, I think, about 5 airports, and the goal is to have new airports every month. Now, in this review, we will take a look at sets from all 3 different scales. We'll see where the sets do well and where there perhaps is still potential for improvements. So let's dive into it. But before we do so, I should of course mention that this is a sponsored review. A4Airport has provided me with these sets. Thanks to you guys from A4Airport for doing so, because it makes it possible to show you these sets so that we as collectors can make up our own mind to see if this is the right product for us. So even though this is a brand new product from A4Airport, we are sticking to the core DNA of their products, which means we are working with cardboard with a really high quality print. What I also very much like, as always with A4Airport, is, for example, on a taxiway here, they have already added the grass strip, because making these kind of precision cuts yourself at home is really difficult. So the fact that they've already added this to the base plate is great. Saves us a lot of hassle. We have a high quality background image. A4Airport has made sure that everything is licensed, everything is as it should be, so you don't have to worry about anything here. And then we have what I guess is kind of the core identity or DNA of A4Airport products, and that's the fact that you can easily disassemble it. Why is this an advantage, you might ask? Well, I mean, we don't all have the luxury of being able to have displays like this out all the time. Some of us just don't have the space for it, or it's just not convenient in day-to-day life. So with this, you can put it up very quickly and display your models when you have the time and the space for it. And when you need the space for something else, well, you can quickly take it apart and store it away safely. But if you should decide to get such a set, what is actually coming when you purchase it? What is in the box? Well, let's open one and take a look. And here it is, straight from Amsterdam. No, A4Airport, of course, is made in Poland, but they have for now made Haneda, Amsterdam, Zurich, Frankfurt and LAX. And as I said, there are many more sets to come in the future. So we open it up here with the cutter, and then we have a little instruction which gives you basically the idea how to assemble the set. It's fairly simple, so don't worry, everyone can figure this out. If I can figure it out, you can figure it out. Then we have one envelope and another envelope, and then we have the connector, which is basically the little piece you need so you can assemble the base plate with the background. What I love about these base plates, I mean, again, apart from the really gorgeous print, I mean, I have always liked the print quality of A4Airport, but they are certainly not getting any worse. With the grass precision cuts, lovely. With this set, they have also added like these pads here on the underside, which honestly is really super satisfying. Now, you can already see here, there's a little kind of defect here. Now, they are of course still working out these things. They have used various magnetic tapes. Some of them have the tendency to detach a little bit. They are already fixing this. Now, this is a brand new product, so when you are purchasing it, this should already be fixed, because A4Airport is aware of it. They've actually written to me before I made this review to say to me, hey, we know of this issue, we are already on it, we know now which tape we should use and which not. Again, A4Airport, this is another thing that I like about them, is that they are always trying to further develop their products, and they do take feedback. So for example, if you have bought your products, don't be shy, let them know what you think, because they do genuinely take up feedback and they implement it in their future products. So then we have the background image, Let's see how that looks. That should, of course, they of course have, yes, very good. They are of course trying to find, you know, iconic background images from these airports. So easily identifiable characteristics of an airport. In case of Amsterdam, it of course has to be the tower and the awesome view you can get when overlooking the airport. So this is really, really lovely. Okay, so how do we now attach all this together? Very simple. We have some magnets here and we have the connector. And that's pretty much all we need. Now we have the connector. You can see there's one side that is a bit longer than the other, a bit wider basically. And then we have, so this is basically our base. This is where we will add the magnets. All right, so we just remove the protective piece here because they have already added a kind of a double-sided tape to the magnet here. And then what we do, we just add it to the base plate here, leaving a gap of 1 to 2 millimeters to the back side, because that's of course where the plate will go. So there we go. That should be about it. Perfect. Then we just repeat that process for the other two magnets. All right, so if someone as clumsy as me can do that, you certainly will be fine. Then we have here on the narrower bit of the connector, we have a double-sided tape. So we just, again, remove the protective layer here so that we get to the part that sticks. And then we have the background. Obviously, we need to make sure that we edit the right side up, and again leave maybe 1 or 2 millimeters to the corner here, because then you will basically match up with the back corner of the base plate. There we go. That should be it. Just put a little bit of pressure on it. There we go. So then we have here, of course, the magnetic strip. And there we go. So now we have an Amsterdam setup. So there you go. Around the world in less than 8 minutes. I guess you can only achieve that with A4Airport. Now, of course, this is not the product for everyone, but for those who want to elevate the way they are displaying the aircraft models. And although this is a sponsored video, it doesn't mean that I won't give you my honest opinion. Now, I've said it many times now that the print quality of this is excellent. I love the background images. They really do match quite well with the base plate. So that works quite well. I think one thing where I'd like maybe a change a little bit in the product is the fact when you consider this as like a photo background. If you want to take pictures of your aircraft models utilizing this lovely background from one specific angle, perfect. But I'd love to see the background image being a bit taller. I think for most of these images, it would actually be quite simple, because even if the original image would not have more to offer in terms of height, I mean, nowadays with a bit of Photoshop, maybe a little bit AI, it's easily generated just a layer of clouds or whatever you need. So you can get a little bit more height on the background. I think that would, not just for the display itself, make it maybe even better, but of course, especially considering or thinking about wanting to take pictures of models in such a setup, I think that would help out quite a bit. Another thing, and here I am for sure being a bit nitpicky, that's the magnets used. I would like them to be a bit stronger, and that's because I would like, yeah, you can see it. I have to hold it with both hands so that it stays in place. Now, this is not an issue when you put it on your shelf or on your desk, your cabinet, wherever you want to display it. Once you put it there, it will stay. The magnets are strong enough for that, but I just like to be able to hold it, and for that, yeah, it's not quite there yet. But it just would require slightly stronger magnets, and I think it would be perfectly fine. And I know, again, this is really nitpicky, because for the actual use of the product, this does not matter at all. And then, and I promise you, my final thought on this product is the connector. When you have the model, you can see there is like an angle here, and it tends to, well, tilt a bit forwards. And I don't quite like that. Again, it's very simply solved when you have put this together and you have it on your table, on your cabinet or whatever. You can just slightly bend it backwards and it will then stay there. So again, it's very simple. It's basically just an issue once you've just taken it out the package and put it together the first time. Again, for the actual use of the product, it's not an issue. You can very quickly solve it by just applying a little bit of pressure to the back plate while it is connected to the connector. But yeah, that's something I noticed, and yeah, I just like it being in a straight 90-degree angle. But again, this is something you can solve very, very quickly. Apart from that, I think this is a really wonderful way of displaying your aircraft models. It also gives you some creativity with it. I mean, you can have, for example, 1 or 2 of these in your shelf, and given that there already are quite a few to choose from and there will be more airports released over time, you could kind of create a calendar. So every month you put a new background to your display. I mean, how cool is that? So I like the possibilities that you kind of get with this kind of display for your aircraft models. And I've really been struggling so hard throughout this entire video not to say it. But I mean, how can I not? When you have these airports, there will be more released. You're gonna catch them all. Now with that, we have reached the end of this certainly a little bit different review. Maybe you already have some of these A4Airport products in your collection. Let me know your thoughts, what you think about this Airport Codes series. Let me know all that in the comment section below. And if you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like. If you're new around here, why not hit subscribe? And with that, thanks so much for watching this video. I'm checking out, and bye.